Hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week. We are very happy to welcome you to our show titled Speak of Africa. Thank you very much to all our subscribers. Thank you very much also to viewers who are watching us for the first time. If this is the first time you are watching this show, my name is Prince Ojong, your host. I started the show Speak of Africa because I wanted to give a voice to our people. And for many years now, you've told us that you are happy with the service we are providing you, but some of you have been critical of us, and we've told you we welcome criticism. One, I've received a lot of criticism from a lot of my Igbo viewers. You've been saying that we've not been covering the Biafra issue enough. Okay, we're going to take our time. We're going to do a live show where we're going to focus on the Biafra movement, the IBOB. We're going to do a live show where we're going to prosecute a case against Nigeria on behalf of the Biafra people. So we're going to do this. Then we're challenging you to start also sharing more information so that this show can be noteworthy. And we're going to share the link of the show with you. It's going to be a live show where we're just going to talk about Biafra exclusively. And I think this will address the criticism of some of you, the ones you made on our last video. So we're going to help. You are the boss. So we're going to give you that platform where we can talk about Biafra exclusively. We're not going to talk about any other country. We're just going to talk about the movement, the self-determination drive, aspiration of the Igbo people of Nigeria. We're going to do this, and we're going to let you know before we end the next video. Similarly, some of you from Togoland have been talking to us. You want us to talk about your struggle. Since this is your channel, we're going to talk about Togoland. We're going to organize a live show where we're going to invite a lot of people to talk about the struggle of the people of Togoland. These are people who are struggling under the Ghana nation state. They are not happy. They feel there have been some wrongs that have been committed against them, and they want this wrong to be addressed. So we're going to create a platform which we're going to allow the people from Togoland to talk about their aspirations. Then you will be free to comment. This is coming. So we're going to schedule this. So keep watching our show and keep watching our channel, because we're going to share this information with you very, very soon. For the show of today, we're going to talk about an issue that is dear to our hearts. And this is the issue of migrations. Migration. People want to leave Mother Africa because they are not happy with their lot in Africa. Radio France Internationale, a French channel, and even Jeune Afrique, they've conducted a lot of surveys. And the surveys ask African people, are you happy living in Africa, or are you happy to leave Africa and go to Europe? Most of the people who were interviewed, over 66%, we found out that 3 out of 5 Africans are dreaming of leaving Africa to travel to Europe in search of greener pastures. They are dreaming about what Candide, in a novel by Voltaire, calls Candide ou l'optimisme, Candide or optimism. Voltaire is a French author. This novel, Candide, is very popular because he presents a protagonist who dreams of living in the best of all possible worlds. He's very positive. He thinks that things will be better. No matter how much trouble Candide encounters along his voyages, he still thinks things will be better. He's an incurable optimist. His master, Pangloss, had taught him this philosophy of optimism, that always be optimistic. But we think this is carrying optimism to a very far extent. And this is the same way some Africans are looking at Europe. They look at Europe as Eldorado. They look at America as Eldorado. We've lived in America for a long time. We used to be like some of these young Africans who were dreaming about making it big in the West. But just like in Hollywood, not all dreams come true. A lot of people go to Hollywood trying to become big stars. Few of them make it. Similarly, during the California gold rush, a lot of people left the eastern seaboard to travel west looking for gold during the California gold rush. Few of them actually found gold. Most of them found valuta and failure. A lot of them died of a broken heart. So it's the same situation. Why are many Africans, especially the youth, so disenfranchised to the point that they want to leave the motherland? It's because they are not happy with democracy. African democracy has a problem. African democracy, unlike democracy in America, France, lacks guardrails. Guardrails are needed in order to prevent corruption, in order to prevent bad governance. Because African democracy does not have these guardrails, the dictators are free to do whatever they want. They can steal money with impunity. Now, who is suffering? The average person in Africa is suffering. And we're going to use many examples of countries today to show you the way Africans are suffering. Okay? We'll start with Ambazonia. We always start with Ambazonia because it starts with A. This week, there is a major lockdown in Ambazonia. The Ambazonia Restoration Forces have decided to enforce the lockdown. When you look at the pictures in that region, it's just like ghost towns. No signs of life. Okay? No signs of life. So what has happened? Some of these Ambazonia Restoration Forces, they march to the northwest area, to one of the police strongholds, where the gendarmerie were really settled, a command post. They chased these gendarmes and they burned the whole building. Okay? In response to that, the gendarmes now went to a place called Boya. I know Boya very well because that's where I went to secondary school. I went to Sase College, St. Joseph's College, Sase. After that, I went to Moliko. I didn't spend much time in Moliko. I was supposed to be there for 2 years, but I had my A-levels in 3 months. So I left and went to Yaoundé University. So I know that place very well. Bonakanda is a village in Boya where they did this Kale Kale. Kale Kale is just like a siege where the gendarmerie just ran to a small village. Then they arrested over 150 young people. They are accusing them of being Ambazonian sympathizers. So these people cannot live in peace in a lawful country, right? There's even a lawyer, Lisinge Ewule, who really wrote against what the army of La République is doing. You come to a community and you just arbitrarily arrest young people because you suspect them to be sympathizers of Ambazonia. Is this what should happen in a country where there is a rule of law? No. That's because La République has no rule of law. And as you're going to see, La République has so much trouble. Every day you only hear more scandals, corruption. Today even, some of you guys send us pictures of scandals in the presidency where the niece of Chantal Biya was arrested of fraud. Okay? She played games, created fake documents in the secretariat of the presidency to try to extort money from a lot of business people. But that happens in La République du Cameroon because it's a nepotistic kind of country where you have power if you are related to the head of state. If you are related to the head of state by marriage, you even have the opportunity to steal and do all type of illegal stuff. Yet nothing happens to you. So is Chantal Biya's niece going to go to jail? It remains to be seen. But we can tell you that in the north of La République du Cameroon, Yagua is a town in the north, the extreme north. There has been major floods, and we feel sorry for the citizens of Yagua. We know that area because personally I lived in Mindif, a small town near Maroua. So most of those towns like Yagua, Mayodone, I know that area very well because those floods have killed a lot of people. They have hurt a lot of people. You can even see a lot of the infrastructure. The roads have been damaged. And this makes life untenable. You see people using boats to try to transport people from one area to another. What is the government doing to help these people? Since the departure of Ahmadu Ahijo from the presidency, the folks in the north have really had a tough time. One, they have really faced a lot of revenge from the Biya people and the Biya tribesmen. We know the north has been a very backward area. Ahijo tried his best to develop this part of the country. But since Ahijo quit the political scene, life has been very tough for people in the north of La République du Cameroon. And you can see a lot of the pictures we're sharing with you of Yagua. Whenever there is an opportunity to have rains, like after October, things really get tough. This is not October yet. We're still in September. But you're having all these extreme floods that are really making life unbearable for the people. Most of the communities, you can even say their homes, they have been flooded, and sometimes the people are forced to live in little tents. What is the poor Biya government doing to help these people? What is the poor Biya government doing to deal with the issues of climate crisis? Because what these people are going through is a climate crisis. What is the Biya government doing to help them? That's a question a lot of people are asking. They need to see. These people are paying taxes, yet there's no representation. Yet nobody is coming to help them. They are left to their own devices. And this is typical of what happens in most of these governments where there is no real democracy. From La République du Cameroon, we take you to Chad. Chad is also dealing with issues of flood. The country has a new president, Mahatma Debi Itno, the baby, but he's a killer. You may look at him like a baby. He has the apparatus of government that he uses to kill his own people. And he's a dictator. Do you expect anything better? No. So would you be surprised why most people in Chad are running away, looking for greener pastures in Europe? Don't be surprised. Next, we take you to Congo DRC. A few weeks ago, we drew your attention to a coup d'etat that was taking place in Congo DRC. The coup was aborted, and some of the coup leaders were killed, but many people were arrested, and some of them were tried. 37 of these people have been sentenced to death by a court in Congo. We just hope the government of Felix Tshisekedi can commute these sentences, because whenever you're killing people, we don't believe in this kind of justice, because we think this is just a way to kill these people. Felix Tshisekedi, if you are watching our show, please commute the sentences of these 37 guys, okay? This will be good for you. You say you're a Christian. The Bible says thou shalt not kill. So now you have a conflict. Are you going to obey the law of God, or are you going to obey the law of man? So these 37 people that a kangaroo court has condemned to death, these people need to leave. If you don't let them leave, it's your conscience. And we know, as a human being, probably you sold your conscience if you want to be the leader of a corrupt country called Congo DRC. But that's your choice. Next, we take you to Egypt. Egypt too has been having some issues today. You know, Egypt, that's the cradle of civilization. They say civilization started in Africa, in Egypt. And you know about the contribution of Egypt to modern civilization, right? So we always look at Egypt as a country filled with most of our brothers and sisters. But there was a train collision that created a few deaths and a lot of injuries. We feel sorry for those who were hurt, and we feel sorry for those who were killed, and we want to extend our sympathy, okay? Next, we take it to Gambia. Gambia is also a story of migration. You must have heard about Gambia a lot. This is the country of Yahya Jammeh. This is the country of President Barrow, okay? In this country, you have people who are disillusioned with their lot. They are not happy with the way the country is ruled. They feel there's bad governance. So they want to travel to Europe in search of greener pastures. We have a lot of them who have traveled. Some of them were even deported. They returned to Gambia, but they are still dreaming of Eldorado, to go back to Europe where they think Europe is Eldorado. That's what is happening. Then what about Libya? Libya is a basket case. This is a country that was doing very well, but because of the politics of the Western world, everything was damaged. Muammar Gaddafi was killed. We're not saying Muammar Gaddafi was a saint or a prophet, but we're saying that at least the people were living better lives, there was stability, and the NATO people under the United States and France, they went in and killed Gaddafi. Look at what has happened. There has been a lot of problems, flood. Some Libyans are even dreaming to return even to a period when they had the monarchy under King Idris, the guy who was toppled by Muammar Gaddafi. So when people are desperate, they long for all kind of stuff. That's what is happening now in Libya.
Welcome to Ayuk Tax Service. We are tax professionals at your service. Our services include tax returns, payroll, bookkeeping, business planning. We provide professional service, years of experience, and are proud to serve your business. Get your maximum tax refund with 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. We are located at 11207A Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Contact us at 240-350-1131. Fax 240-556-0535. Or email service@ayuktaxservice.com. Our hours of operation are weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and weekends 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, please visit us online at www.ayuktaxservice.com.
Then what about Niger? Well, Niger has been in the news quite a bit as one of those countries in the Sahel that has been rejecting the Western powers. First, they rejected France. Next, they rejected the United States of America and all the other European allies because they feel these Western guys are not really treating them well. They are looking now for overtures from Russia. And you can see signs. America is now looking for other partners because America has bases in over 26 African countries. Out of the 54 African countries, America has bases in over 26 of them. Now that they have ejected America from Niger, so it looks like they're going to be looking for a new home somewhere else in Africa. And they are using ways, they're buying most of those African leaders so that they can set up bases in their countries. You'll not believe it. Why should an African leader accept America to install these bases in his country if they are not just greedy and stupid? But you have a lot of... Will America ever accept for an African country to install a military base in the United States? No, America will never accept that. Why are Africans accepting it? It's not Africans who are accepting it. It's the dumb African leaders who are accepting this nonsense. And it continues. So on this show, we're trying to educate you, the masses, so that you should know that what your leaders are doing is wrong. And such leaders need to be kicked out. And which is why you see a lot of these coup d'etats taking place in Africa. Some people say, oh, it's a coup d'etat complex, it's a syndrome. Well, we're going to have the opportunity to discuss it more because we have our live show that is coming on the 28th of September at 5 p.m. If you've not registered for this live show, please take a moment and register. We're going to share the link in our community section on our channel. So take this information, then register. Tell many of your friends to register because we're going to discuss the whole phenomenon of coup d'etats. If you did not know anything about African coup d'etats, this is going to enthrall you. You're going to find out what we're going to be talking about. This will be good. Then what about Nigeria? Well, Nigeria told us a lot of good stories this week. It looks like the security chiefs gave some good news to Bola Tinubu that they are winning the war on insecurity. They've killed some of those terrorists and bandits, they claim. But is this enough? We think it's not enough. We still think the Nigerian government needs to sit down and plan a strategic approach to dealing with insecurity. They've not done that yet. But we see Bola Tinubu missing in action. The last few weeks, Nigerians have been asking, since the conference or the summit in China, where is Bola Tinubu? Well, the guy is on medical tourism in Europe. He's in hospitals in France and all other places. So the Nigerian government is having a leader who spends most of his time as a medical tourist. Well, that's what happens when you elect some of these people who are very sick. Bola Tinubu is a sick man. So if you elect him, a very sick man will be spending so much time on medical tourism. Instead of spending time taking care of the problems of the people, he doesn't have time. He has to go to treat himself because he's a sick person. So if you did not know why Bola Tinubu is a medical tourist, we're revealing it to you. Nigerians were asking, where's our leader? Oh, I'm here. I just went to France. I'm here now. That's sad. Nigeria too has been dealing with issues of flood. Is the government doing anything? Nothing. They're not doing anything to solve the problem. What about Senegal?
Tired of waiting in long lines at the emergency room or your doctor's office? You should be. Why wait in long lines for care? It's time for you to come to Lucille Urgent Care. Real care, no waiting. Lucille Urgent Care, the best place for true and loving care. Service at Lucille Urgent Care is convenient, fast, time-efficient, affordable, accessible, transparent, and cost-effective. Royal treatment is your right. Indeed, it's not just a privilege or pejorative. Skip the emergency room's long lines, kiss the ER goodbye, say farewell to your old doctor's office, pay less, save time, enjoy the excitement of convenience, receive immediate treatment, get the healthcare you need quickly and affordably. Lucille Urgent Care offers many express services: rapid COVID-19 testing, on-site prescription, preventative lab services, imaging and x-rays, urgent medical treatment for common illnesses and injuries, routine vaccines and flu shots, work-related injury services, pre-employment, occupational, annual, and sports physicals, immigration exams, and much more. Same-day treatment, rapid lab results, extended hours, weekend hours, no appointment necessary, no insurance necessary, no doctor necessary, walk-ins accepted, telemedicine available. We are open 7 days a week with evening and weekend hours. We are located in Maryland. Lucille Urgent Care, 903 Half York Road, Towson, Maryland, 21204. Website, lucilleuc.com. Call at 443-275-1286 or 301-593-4897.
Well, Senegal is a case of democracy. We're hopeful when President Bassirou Diomaye Faye became president after they kicked out Macky Sall. But now he too has been playing games with the opposition. It looks like he's not only playing fair, but we're watching and we'll keep you updated. The PM, Ousmane Sonko, who was a very staunch critic of Macky Sall, now they are playing games with the opposition. It looks like the opposition had leadership votes in the parliament. So Macky Sall's successor has decided now to dissolve the parliament and new elections are to take place on November 17th. So whenever you don't have a majority in the parliament, you should dissolve parliament, right? The law gives him the right to do so. But as a leader, do you think this is a good way to run your country? So you don't want the opposition to check the power that you have. Then that will lead you to becoming a dictator. And that's what we can tell you. Already, the honeymoon for President Diomaye Bassirou Faye has come to an end. Now he's facing stark realities of governance. Good governance is what the people of Senegal are looking for. Will President Faye give them good governance? It's true, he tries to get rid of some of the trappings of imperial power, but do we like what we see? It remains to be seen. We'll hold our comments the people will speak. Then what about South Sudan? South Sudan has had problems. We've been reporting on this every week. Elections have been delayed. The president is saying, oh no, I need more time to organize the census, then prepare for new elections. But this president does not even want to share power with the opposition. He does not even want to share power even with his assistant. So we don't really have a lot of hope for South Sudan. Finally, we take you to Tunisia. Tunisia is the birthplace of the Arab Spring. But now you have a lot of protests taking place in Tunisia because Kais Saied, the president, who is even a lawyer, does not respect the rule of law. If you are a lawyer and you come to power, why can you not respect the rule of law? You know the law. So you think the law is for other people and not for you, right? This is a sad story of Africa. Because of this, we will continue having young people dreaming of Eldorado. They will be dreaming of greener pastures. They want to live. We told you 3/5 of young Africans want to leave Africa because of problems in the motherland. We're going to end our show, but we'll remind you, subscribe and attend the show on the 28th of September at 5 p.m. Bye-bye.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.